Welcome back to the channel then, guys. If you've enjoyed the content here, hit that subscribe button, and if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. In part 1, we took control of the Movistar team to try and restore this iconic pro cycling team to its former glories. We're here now in part 2, so let's get into it. So now we're in season 2 with this Movistar rebuild, and you can see from season 1 we now have our new signings arrived. It's the return of Mikel Landa, the veteran, formerly a Movistar rider back in 2018-2019. He returns home to do some duty with us. David Gaudu, the 29-year-old Frenchman, comes in from Groupama FDJ, an exciting addition there. Very good to have Roger Adria on board, the 27-year-old Spaniard. He also joins. We've got another domestic down here in Juan Pedro Lopez, who also joined us. And then we re-secured the signings on Enric Mas, our leader, who had 3 stage wins at La Vuelta in season 1. And then also we re-signed one of our other riders, which was the Portuguese guy here, Ruben Guerrero, also re-signed on an additional 1 year with us. So those have been the additions and the re-signings. I feel we're a lot stronger than last season. We did let Gaviria go, who was our main sprinter, but obviously we're focusing on bringing in the kind of artillery that can support Enric Mas in season 2 on the mountains, as well as guys that can individually challenge in other races. And I think we've done that somewhat, and we'll continue to do that in the seasons coming. We move over to the planner then, and you can see everything has been scheduled out. We're going quite hard early doors. David Gaudu, Roger Adria, Castrillo, Sanchez, and a few other guys down here are going to be tackling the Tour Down Under. We're going to get straight into it. But as we go through the season, and especially as we ramp up towards the Giro, you can see on the Giro as well, we've gone absolutely heavy guns. Enric Mas, Landa, Gaudu, Castrillo, Sanchez, Lopez, Cepeda and Pescador likely to be the guys that we're going to fire towards the Giro. There are, of course, the Dauphiné coming up after that, the Tour de Suisse, and then that will lead then into the Tour de France, of where we're going to have a pretty heavy squad again. No Mikel Landa, we're going to save him for La Vuelta, but Enric Mas is going to be supported by Gaudu, Adria, Rubio, Lopez, Cepeda, Sefazian, and Pescador. And then, of course, as we move more forward then into August, and then that is where we're going to see Landa back in action in his home country. He's going to be leading the way for us in La Vuelta with Adria, Rubio, Castrillo, Sanchez. Romo is going to be there as well with Cepeda once again, and Hedman. These are, of course, all based upon the availability and injuries and whatnot going forward, but that's our initial plan, as I say, especially with the Giro d'Italia. You know, depending who else goes there, whether Pogacar goes there, Vingegaard, and hopefully they don't go full guns, and either of those guys don't have full support or is not as full strength as they might be. I'm really hoping for a solid result in the Giro, and maybe some stage wins in the other tours. But of course, the Dauphiné, Tour de Suisse, the Burgos, the Renouille Tour, everything else has been lined up as you would expect. We have brought in a few new trainers, so I'm going to go through and get our training sorted out for our riders. If we just quickly go over to squad and we go on to fitness, I'm just going to go through here and set most of this pretty much to normal, I think, for most of the guys, because as I say, we do have the Tour Down Under coming pretty quick, and we have set a pre-season tour for 3 days at Lucca in Italy, to get all the team together, to do some team bonding and just get everyone up to speed. So I think a normal setting in this pre-season is going to be where we need to be, and then I'm going to start working my way through here as well, and just applying of course our individual trainers to our team. Of course, as I said before in season 1, make sure you've always got this up to 5 stars or as close as possible. Keep those relationships between your trainers and your riders as best as possible, and that way you'll get the best out of them. But overall, guys, exciting season ahead. Season 2, glad that we've got some new faces in. You can just see the quality that they bring. Adria, Gaudu, Landa, already our 2nd, 3rd and 4th best riders in terms of the evaluation, following on from Mas. So we're definitely stronger, and I think, you know, Landa's contract on 75, we've got Gaudu for a good price. Yeah, definitely good stuff. So let's get into this season then, and we'll stop on the way at some important times and see how we do. Okay, we're at that point of the season again. It's the pre-transfer period here at the 1st of May 2026, season number 2. And you can see on the right hand side, we've highlighted everyone here from the Movistar team that is out of contract at the end of this season. I'm thinking that Einar Rubio, Ivan Cortana Garcia, Jefferson Cepeda, Safazian and Lorenzo Milesi, possibly the guys that I want to bring back. Probably though on the flip side of that, Matthias Norgard, Ruben Guerrero, Ola and Mikael Hetman are going to be the guys that possibly that we're not going to re-sign. So we're going to be keeping about 5 of those. And then on the left hand side, I've shortlisted the guys that I do want to look to bring in. Igor Arieta, the youngster from UAE Team Emirates, Jorge Gutierrez from Equipo Kern Pharma, Christian Rodriguez, bringing in a little bit of experience from Arkea, Santiago Butrago from Bahrain Victorious, and then the main target that we've got for this year is Wael Almeida from UAE. He's going to start off with 12 dossier points to try to start to gain his interest. With the lower 3 there, Rodriguez, Gutierrez, Arieta, the 3 Spaniards, they're already quite interested, so no problems. But Butrego and Almeida are going to be the 2 that we're going to have to try and charm a little bit to try and get them to persuade them to join Movistar for the 2027 season. So probably, what are we, 9 guys here out of contract, the 5 that we want to keep plus this 5, that will give us an extra little bit of artillery in terms of overall personnel for next season, which is what I think we do need, because a lot of our sort of domestiques are really topped out in terms of their schedules, and then of course you take into account maybe 1 or 2 injuries, and we do need to expand our squad by a couple of numbers at least. Depending how the numbers go in dossier, there are a couple of other riders up as well. There's like Zana is up for availability, the Italian, so we could be looking to get him possibly, and notably Remco Evenepoel is up as well at the end of this season. But just given the way that we're trying to build this team, surrounding Enrique Mas and these kind of like Spanish, Portuguese, kind of more Latinese, these more kind of Latin-esque type riders, I feel these are the kind of guys that we want to be pushing for. Remco really not fitting the kind of direction that I want, and then salary wise as well, just the numbers, just looking at that sort of thing, I think it's sort of a bit of a nicer move to go for Almeida. I think he's going to fit what we're trying to build here a little bit more, albeit he is a year older than Remco as well. But I think that's the right move. That's the way that I should be taking it, and that is how we're going to continue with our dossier. So we're going to click on confirm, and that is where we are going to be going. Okay, on the 24th of June here in 2026 in season 2, very important time in the sort of very much the now and the future of Movistar. Movistar had been interested in offering an agreement, as you can see here, but that got retracted as there was an outside party, BMC along with Movistar have now put forward this joint venture to support the team for the next season with an offer of just under 17 million euros to support the team going forward. So big moves for the team, and that's going to give us some capital and some extra money going forward to help invest into this team and hopefully push us towards future titles. But this is a big moment in this rebuild for Movistar right here. Now into the 1st of August, and you know what that means, but we'll get into the dossiers in just a moment. Just clicking through some of the other news here. Budget down for Sodal Quickstep. They're going to have to tighten its belt in the transfer market, they're saying. So not so much good news for them. But in better news for us, we got this email confirmation here that the new sponsorship is now in place with Movistar and BMC. The team name and jersey are now up to date. As agreed, from the next payment, you will receive 1.4 million euros a month. That is an absolute banger investment. You can see already here on the 1st of August, now that our balance just pumped up to 4 million euros. And that is really going to come at a fantastic time, because if we go into our transfers here, then into dossiers, you can see that have expanded upon the people that we were looking to target for next season. Movistar riders, Lorenzo Malesi, Cepeda, Garcia and Rubio are guys we definitely want to bring back, as mentioned previously. But Yao Almeida is the main man that we're going after. But with this extra money in our pocket now, just wondering, is there anything else that we can do? I mean, somebody like Jonathan Milan, just to give us something different in the squad. I don't know. Again, I don't really want to chase after Remco, because we're going to be putting a lot of money into Yao Almeida, and I've got a couple of eyes open for riders potentially coming in the following season that would very much complement his style. That's what I'm thinking in that regards. But I'm just thinking if we can add a Jonathan Milan. But I mean, it's already the 1st of August, interest is low. I think money's come in, which is very good, but it's just come in probably a little bit too late. So I think we've got to focus on this list that we have. I've added some other names here in Buitrago, Egan Bernal, and I think everyone else very much what you saw before. There's Sergio Higuita there from Astana, and his teammate Harold Tejeda, the 2 Colombians being added to the list. So keeping this kind of Spanish, kind of Latin feel throughout the team. And then obviously we've got a couple of Italians and the Portuguese that we're after. But let's get into it then. Let's go into Yao Almeida. We're going to contact him. We're going to open the contract talk here with 12 points. He is saying 1 year, but I am going to try and really go after him here. He's obviously a fantastic rider, real top of the class type of stuff. What's he on at the moment? 131, but he's only got 85 here. So I'm going to put this up to, say, 100, see where we go with that. I think we could be, or we're actually not very far off. I think, you know, just putting that length up kind of didn't make it go ahead. Let's throw another 10 at him. There we go. Yes, that is going to be it. That is going to be Yao Almeida, I think, done and dusted. Let's go over to Buitrago here. 73,000. So his role is going to be luxury teammate. That kind of makes sense there. 26 years of age. So I'm going to try and go for the full again here with 3. 48, and what was he on there? 73. Yes, 73. So let's try and work this up. Let's go to around about 60 and see what he feels straight away there. And he goes for it. I didn't think he'd go for that straight away. I thought maybe one extra bar we might have had to go to, say, 65, but we save a little bit of money there, and he is happy to look to join Movistar. We then move to Ina Rubio, who's already on our team and somebody that we're looking to bring back in. Let's open the contract talks here, looking for 2 years. I'm happy with 2 because that will take him to 30 years of age. What's he on at the moment? He's on 50. So let's go to, say, 45. And he's happy with that, so we save 5,000 on that contract renewal there. Very good stuff. Down to Egan Bernal, already at 29 years of age and 73,000. I want to try and get a little bit off here if we can. He's saying 1 year, and I'm quite happy with that. Let's try and be sneaky and go 50. Yeah, we've saved a bit there. So again, I'm just trying to trim a little bit of money off where we can. Let's move to the youngster then, Igor Arieta from UAE, 6,500 a month. Shouldn't take. So yeah, he's really looking to up his contract here. We've got 19,200. 3-year deal. Just go straight for it. Yeah, a big bumper payday for the young Spaniard, but he's only going to get better. Filippo Zane here. Two years. I'm going to push to 3. On 23 at the moment. Let's go to 20 and try and trim a little bit. Now we might just have to go that bit extra. Let's try 20. 33. He's already on. Yes, there we go. That is going to be the Italian Filippo Zana secured. Now we move to another Spaniard here, 23-year-old Jorge Gutierrez from Ken Farmer. 3 years, 12,000. So yeah, I'm not really going to push that. He does want a little bit more. Let's go to 14. Yep, there we go. Getting these deals done at a quick pace. Move to Christian Rodriguez then from Airbnb. On 22,000 at the moment. 31 years of age. I'm going to bring that down to 2-year contract of 20,000. He goes with that. I didn't really want to go beyond the 33 years of age. He is bringing a good bit of experience whilst we're also bringing in some of these youngsters here. Onto Ivan Garcia then. Looking to try and get him to re-sign with the team. 2 years, that's good enough for me. He's currently on 21. Let's just try and trim that a little bit if we can. Let's say 17. That's good. Onto the Colombian then of Harold Tejeda. 2 years. Don't mind that. Actually, I'm going to do 1 to see what else might come up in next year. And we can decide if we want to renew. We're just going to have to get to around about 19 again with him. Yeah, there we go. 30-year-old Jefferson Cepeda. If we can bring him back for another season. 16. I'm going to try and trim this a bit to 14. There we go, an extra 1 year. Sergio Jovita from the Astana team. 2 years. At say 13. That works. And then we're going to move on to our young Italian 24-year-old Lorenzo Milesi. I'm going to try to renew. Probably going to want a bit more this time. Teammates. Yes. I like this guy, so we're going to just... What is he on? Yeah, he does want a bit of a payday, doesn't he? Let's go to 12. What is it going to give me? 12.4. Yeah, and he's going to take that. 13 riders that we're going to be able to have on our squad for next season. I think we had something in a total of 9 contracts running out, and we've signed 13. We have managed to expand our squad a little bit, which was something that I was looking to do because a couple of the guys, a couple of our domestics were facing a bit of overload. So that is just now going to give us a few extra options with a couple of youngsters coming in and a few experienced guys. And then towards the top end, we've got the likes of Vegan Bernal, Betrago, Rubio re-signing, and then of course our main man Almeida coming in. And I think if we just click forward, yeah, we are then going to start to get these confirmations of signing contracts, and we're just going to keep clicking through these because all these guys now are either re-signing or signing with BMC Movistar. New contract, new money, new signings. The future is good. We're halfway through September now, and we need to start looking in regards to our equipment suppliers. I've been quite happy with Cervelo, Envy Wheels and the groups that SRAM. So as long as there is some options to continue those, I think we want to continue much in the same vein as that. As for Envy Wheels, they're going to sign up for 2 years. So that's going to take us to 2028 with a full R&D program. Fantastic. And in terms of frames, let's continue with Cervelo as well with those. So that is going to get us sorted there. One thing that we haven't really delved into at the moment is the scouting side of things. We just haven't really been able to pick up anyone of immense interest. But right now I just jumped in and, of course, one and only Alberto Contador, of course, the scout for it. Proud of this guy, Benjamin Noval, 17-year-old, potentially good evaluation, and I'm feeling like this is where we might just want to take a chance. So I'm going to jump into here, give him a 3-year contract on teammate, 2,500 overall, see if he takes that, and he does. But yeah, generally 71 hill, 70 on acceleration, not too bad on a couple of other stats, still quite hidden on sprint, medium mountain and mountains, as well as stamina. But yeah, I'm feeling like this is at least worth a punt. For the top 2,000 a month, this 17-year-old Spaniard could be something for the future for us. Just looking through the other sort of potential evaluations, there's Kylian Galtier, who was scouted in France, and there was this flat racer here as well. It doesn't look too bad, De La Fuente. I'm thinking the best one potentially for us is going to be this Benjamin Noval, so yeah, we'll go up for him. With all the races done here in Season 2, it's time to head over and take a look at the results from this season to see how well we've done. Just a quick forward look at the squad for 2027 here, of course, the incoming Yao Almeida, Butrago, so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and look at the results. So starting with the other classics, no wins for Movistar this year. Tadej Pogačar, of course, picking up a couple of wins, as you can see, in Quebec and the Strade Bianche. Jonas picking up the San Sebastian Classica, and then a few other wins. Nice to see some different names though. Bastien Tronchac, the Frenchman, picking up La Flèche Wallonne with a win there. Gianni Vermeersch winning the E3. Olaf winning Ghent. Jonathan Milan, the Britannia Classic, and Arnaud Delis, the Weimar as well, with Remco taking the Amstel Gold Race. Over to the Monument, no wins then either for Movistar this season. Enough with another win taking Milan-San Remo. Tadej takes the Ronde, Mathieu van der Poel Paris-Roubaix. Primož Roglic with a win at Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and then Tadej again, dominant as ever in Lombardia. The National Championships with the winners here, as you can see those on screen. Nothing for us in our home nation here in Spain. It was Juan Ayuso taking the Spanish National Championships. And in the Worlds and Europeans, here you can see Pogačar winning the road race, Magnus Sheffield with the time trial, Olaf again with the road race there, and the Philippe Bagana with the time trial. He's always a contender, of course. We move on then to the major tours, and we do get a win here, and it was right at the beginning of the season. Enric Mas, our leader, taking the overall classification win in the Santos Tour Down Under. So we do get a second consecutive year. Last year, of course, over this side, it was Pablo Castrillo winning the Insulia Basque Country. So this year, it's actually the Santos Tour Down Under. Some other names here. Tadej again, of course, as you'd expect, winning 3 more with the Dauphiné, Tour de Romandie and the Adriatico. Adam Yates there picking up Paris-Nice. Skill Mose, nice to see him there with Cyclista Catalunya. Mads Pedersen, Renault Tour Van Wilder, the Tour de Poland, and also the Tour de Suisse. So very good stuff. And we move into the Grand Tours, and oh my god, some absolute awesome results here. We'll look at these individually, starting off on the left. The Giro d'Italia, it does go to Jonas Vingegaard, with Vlasov from Red Bull Bora actually with a fantastic race, finishing second. But we do finish on the podium. Enric Mas finishing in third in the Giro. Love to see it. Remco takes the Tour de France. Congratulations to him. Tadej finishing up in second. Juan Ayuso in third. And then look at this. La Vuelta Season 2. It's our first Grand Tour of this rebuild. And it's our new signing for this season. Mikel Landa back with Movistar, who he left at the end of 2019. And he gets the job done here with a La Vuelta win. And not only that, but Peleo Sanchez finishes runner-up with another Spaniard, Marc Soler from UAE, Team Emirates in third position. But what a result for us. So that's one major tour and one of the Grand Tours taken this season. Let's then look at the overall wins throughout the season. We got, I think, was it 9 in season 1 if I'm correct. Please do shoot me if I'm wrong. But here I think we're looking that we've got more than that. That must be 28 victories through that season. So that's literally quadrupled the wins that we got from season 1, strengthening the team with the likes of Juan Pedro Lopez, David Gadu, Roger Adria and Mikel Landa paid dividends as we did get a number of victories. Let's go through these. What a return then to Movistar this season for Mikel Landa, the now 36-year-old. It was a bit of a gamble, some might say, to go for this guy who's finished up the season number 7th in the world rankings. A slightly slow start to the season, a 9th place finish in the Tour of Oman, 8th place in the Volta Ciclista Catalunya. But then as we moved forward throughout the season, we came into the Giro d'Italia. No overall classification win, but you can see there on stage 17 from Selva di Val Gardena, there was a stage win in the Giro, so very prestigious for him to take a stage in that race. Didn't take part in the Tour de France. We kind of went back, got some practice in for La Vuelta, and that very much paid off, getting the overall classification win, taking the win and the crown and the title of La Vuelta in this 2026 season. And you can see that was well earned throughout the race as well. Stage 3 wins with stage 5 and stage 6, some other sort of top podium places in the stage 8 and 9, but stage strong. And then there was a stage win in stage 14 and a stage win in stage 18. So very much a dominant performance from the Spaniard, and that is very much justified, putting the money into that contract that we gave him and putting him in the team. And he does bring us our first Grand Tour victory of this rebuild. Okay, then we move on to Enric Mas. Last but not least, our leader for the team this year, Santos down. Yeah, fuck it. We move on then to Enric Mas. Last but not least, our leader for Movistar, of course. Started off the season strong at the Santos Tour Down Under, the first place overall, secured on stage 6 right at the very end by that second place finish. So he took home our first tour of the season. Moving then into February, it was the Vuelta de Andalusia, where there were 2 stage wins in stage 2 and 3, which didn't unfortunately get the overall victory, but stage wins nonetheless. He participated in the Giro d'Italia and finished 3rd overall, 2nd in the mountains, but there were stage wins in stage 8 and stage 15 from Minerva de Garda, which was nice to see. Shame that we couldn't take another Grand Tour to complement Mikel Landa's Grand Tour, but nonetheless a strong performance and well done in the Giro. In the Tour de France, unfortunately, no stage wins and a 6th place overall, so a little bit disappointing. There was a 3rd place there from stage 8 and a couple of other decent performances, but unfortunately no wins. But he did move on to the Tour de l'Ain, one of the more minor tours at a 2.1 level, and there were 2 stage wins out of 3 to clamp the victory there and bring home another tour win for the Movistar team this season. It's the 31st of December then in 2026, so it's the end here of season 2, and a good season 2. We got more wins than season 1, and we did manage to secure a Grand Tour in that with Mikel Landa. Let's look forward then and move into season number 3. That's it for part 2 then of this rebuild, guys. Part 3 coming soon. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of this series and future editions of this same series. Look forward to seeing you soon, guys. Get out of here.